we are going to go on a little adventure to drive around town and look at Christmas lights. Last night I dreamed I was in this conference room in a hotel, and I wasn't sure where I was or why I was there. And then Sonny Bono walked into the room and extended his hand and said, "Welcome to Palm Springs." Good morning, it's Christmas Eve. I'm still wearing my pajamas, and I'm going to attempt to bake a Yule log. I had done this once before several years ago, and it worked. So I'm hopeful that it'll work again this year, even though the idea of rolling cake is really scary to me. Yesterday we had very high winds here, and we took the boys up to the park, and as I was standing there, I was thinking to myself, this is really bad. I'm gonna have an allergic reaction. I can feel all this stuff blowing around into my eyes. So last night we were watching It's a Wonderful Life, which Tracy hates, but we were watching it, and my eyes started to itch, and I did something that I know not to do. I reached up and rubbed my eyes, and sure enough, within seconds, all of the skin around my eyes started to swell. This happens to me periodically. Sometimes it's my actual eyeball. Last night it was just around my eye, especially my right eye. They were almost swollen shut. So I had to take a Benadryl and go to bed because Benadryl knocks me out. This morning when I woke up, it's dramatically improved, except I still have this puff. I don't want that puff to be there. I'm working on it. I used my jade roller and some home remedies, and hopefully it'll go down. Rocky just came in from outside. There is something falling from the sky right now. I think it's just very cold rain, but it might transition into snow. Looking a little bit like sleet right now, but I think it's going to turn into snow. Our neighbor just brought us this. So cute. Christmas morning, and this is what I'm drinking. It is a peppermint mocha blend, and it is so good for breakfast, which will be lunch, actually.
But why does it change with the seasons, and why can't we just hold on?
Merry Christmas. So it's December 26th. It is super quiet outside. There's still snow on the ground because it's quite cold, but the sun is out, and so everything is glistening, and no noise, just the birds. I realized yesterday in the middle of the afternoon, Tracy was cooking dinner, and I thought, I need to take a salt bath. I needed to do some clearing, so I did, and when I was in the bath, I realized that I was just depleted. You know, I haven't been really making art in the past couple of days. I've been just focused on Christmas and the holiday, and I needed that time. I realized I just needed the time. I needed the space to not be doing anything. And I feel like that this, you know, even though this year the holidays were very different, most of us weren't getting together with family, doing the things we normally do. I mean, our Christmas, Tracy and I had just this super quiet Christmas at home. Even the presents were very minimal. And even though that is the case, as we go into this stretch between Christmas and New Year and New Year's Eve, which will of course be very quiet at home New Year's Eve, I always think that this week is a week to rest, to recuperate, to rejuvenate, to pull away, to step away from the normal everyday activities, to be in this sort of removed from time space. And I feel that way this year, even though this year is odd and we didn't have the normal hustle and bustle that we normally have. We're regrouping, I think. We're regrouping and recalibrating and getting ready. For what? I don't know. A new year, a new self. I feel like I should pull a card. No, I don't usually do that on these videos. Well, I will say this about these videos, you know. I have recorded video as part of my work and my website for years, and I used to do what I called studio talks, where I would just sit here and talk about some topic, and I've had different versions of that. And then I started making these diary videos that were more where I could allow myself to just be a little more relaxed and a little more creative about it, and just keep a visual diary of what I'm doing in the studio, what I'm doing at home, what's going on this week. I really enjoy this format, and I hope that in the new year it will evolve and come into its full sense of itself, or what these videos really could be or want to be. So I don't very often pull cards on these videos, even though pulling cards is something I do for myself a lot. I use cards as a way of going in, of listening to what my soul is saying to myself. What is the voice in my heart saying? I use them as prompting into journal work. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to share a deck with you that is a sort of new deck to me. I have quite a collection of decks. And I'm going to share with you, I'm going to pull a card from the Divine Feminine Oracle, which is a Megan Watterson deck. So I'm going to pull a card for, I'll show you this. As I've been doing my preparation for the new year, my planning for 2021, I haven't quite formulated what my sacred word for the new year is going to be, but I decided to pull a card to see if there was like a divine feminine archetype that I could carry forward into 2021. And the card I pulled, actually I gasped. It made me gasp when I pulled it, because I pulled Lilith. the first woman. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose to live the life that I desire to live. This is so right on the nose for what I've been feeling and journaling and thinking about this new year and where I feel like I am in my life. So I think I'm going to be painting Lilith a lot in 2021. I'm just going to pull a card just for all of us, for everyone who's watching this right now. Here at this week between Christmas and New Year. This is a beautiful card. I've pulled Queen Esther, the Morning Star. My ego is in the service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. Isn't that beautiful? I know a lot of people feel really resonant with the Esther story. I know I've encountered several people in my life who feel like super connected to Esther and the story of Esther. And I just think that's a beautiful image. So there's your card. I highly recommend this deck. It's a beautiful deck. And I hope you have a beautiful, peaceful week. Thank you, as always, for being here with me, for allowing me to share this little piece of my life with you. I feel like everything behind me right now looks so messy. My whole house feels messy right now, so maybe I'll do some cleaning and clutter clearing this week. So I create prayer paintings. If you are interested in commissioning a personal prayer painting for yourself, you can find me at Lori-Lyn where you can find out more about the process and the 2 different sizes of paintings that I offer. You can find me on Instagram at Lori-Lyn Studio. You can find me on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you. Thank you for being here. All my love to you. And I'll see you next week.